All right, folks, it is time once again for another Latchkey food review. And today is the 1st of August, 2023. So that means we got a brand new focus for the month. Back in June, we focused on, chicken sandwiches. During the month of July, we focused on all kinds of different subs. This month, I think we're going to focus on cheeseburgers. And of course, in between all of that, we will try out all the new specialty items that these restaurants have to offer. But today I'm going to try out a cheeseburger that I happen to like a lot, and I'm coming in defense of it. I gotta come in the defense of the Sonic Drive-In Restaurant's cheeseburgers. Now, I see, some of the, social media sites, out there. They don't really explain why they come up with their list of numbers, but they'll have a top 10. And they really don't show someone's opinion like what I give you, and what other reviewers out there give you when they're actually eating something, freshly cooked. They come up with a list, they show you some Sonic commercials, and they'll just blur in a bunch of SpongeBob and this kind of clip and that kind of clip into it, and really don't have another reason why. They just tell you something comes out flat. So that's why this one makes number 10 on our list. Very last one. And then you see number 6. And you see something like White Castle, them little tiny dinner roll cheeseburgers, what we call them, beat out something like what the Sonic has to offer. I'm thinking to myself, did you really try these things, or did you just, compile a list by looking at different restaurants online and saying, just okay, well, that's number 10. But yeah, White Castle dinner roll cheeseburger comes up above it. I call it a dinner roll cheeseburger because it's a little hamburger placed on a dinner roll. You have to eat like 45 of them or something like that to even get full. I mean, they are good. We had one coming up. We didn't have many White Castle, but we had something similar to it called Crystal. And the people who have eaten both said, they're both so identical, they're pretty much the same thing. And we do have the White Castles in the freezer section at the grocery store. And I've done some research on that. And it says that they're prepared exactly the same as what you get at the restaurant. So, yeah, I don't get how that beat the Sonic cheeseburger. That's not going to be how my list goes. All right, let's go get into it. Let's go get one, and we'll talk about it after we order it. Sound good to y'all? All right, folks, so we are here. We're at the Sonic Drive-In. And I got two choices here. I could either go to one of their little windows here, or I could go through the drive-thru. We're going to go through the pickup window so we can look at this menu together. All right. I got some shade too. Already parked. Oh, man. Look at here, folks. Now, you tell me how them little dinner roll cheeseburgers from White Castle beat out the Sonic, man. Check out this lineup right there. We got Super Sonic Bacon Double. We got bacon cheeseburger toaster, a Sonic double cheeseburger, and just a regular Sonic cheeseburger, a number 1. Any of those look better than White Castle slider burger. So I think I'm just gonna go with I'm going to go with a number 1, their classic cheeseburger. Let's see. Or, you know what? Let's make it. Yeah, we'll go with the number one there, classic cheeseburger. Let me order that. They keep on changing my mind. Might get the double. All right, folks, so I got it. Now look at that. Now this is just their plain, well, not their plain, but yeah, their number one cheeseburger here. The lowest costing one. I ain't get no fries or nothing today. I just got the cheeseburger. And you tell me. We got lettuce, tomato, cheese, and there's pickles under that tomato. And I think there's onion on here. I'm pretty sure there is. But anyway, you tell me. Would you rather have that or a tiny cheeseburger made out on a dinner roll? And oh yeah, the onion is definitely on there. Look, that's a quality burger. As far as fast food restaurant, the Sonic burgers are definitely top shelf, for sure. Now the patty does seem a little bit on the thin side, so I would definitely go with the double. When it comes to a Sonic burger. They are a little messy. A little bit messy. Mm-hmm. Keep dropping onion on my shirt. A little bitty onion. But they're good. All right. I'm fixing to drive away. Reflect on it in a minute, and I will give you my final afterthoughts coming up next. All right, so my final thoughts on Sonic's cheeseburger, and they do have a junior too, by the way, that's a little smaller than that. But that meat was razor thin. I remember the meat used to be thicker, and maybe because of all the inflation they decided to go thin, but I'd rather pay more for a thicker piece of meat. It was still better. The burger was still miles above better than a White Castle, slider burger. And like I said, I'm not knocking White Castle. I just think that's on a different level. That's more of like a snack food compared to a burger like what you get at Sonic. There's no way it compares or could rate above it, unless you really, 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 really love a tiny, 2-bite cheeseburger. But to me, it just ain't worth it. I don't believe in that rating. I believe, it is it's a good burger. It's a good burger, and the more stacks of meat you get, especially in today's times, the better it's going to be, for sure. That just seemed awful thin to me compared to what I've eaten from there in the past. You had to thicken up them burgers, Sonic. Mine was too thin. So for that reason alone, I can only give you a 1 thumbs up. I appreciate you giving me a whole burger for $5, but I'd have been happier with that price, with a little bit thicker meat. That was too razor thin. It was hard for me to even taste it up under the lettuce and tomato and ketchup. And I really went there with intentions to give it a higher score. I at least was going to give it a 2 thumbs up. But I ain't done. Maybe some of your other burgers on the menu, can redeem yourself. But as for the regular cheeseburger, the meat's just too thin. It's terrible when tomato, as it is, will overpower the flavor of everything as it is. So with the tomato biting into that, I could not taste any beef. It's too thin. You've made them too thin. They weren't always that thin. I know they weren't always that thin. I've got them before, and I know I've probably got video of me eating some within the last 2 years that I could break out if I need to. But yeah, that seemed on the thin side to me. I was not pleased with my purchase there at all. But I can only give it a 1 thumbs up for that reason, because the vegetables and the mayonnaise and the everything on there, all that's good on there, but it overpowered, the taste and flavor of the beef. So yeah, it was good. Like I say, it's still a top shelf burger, but yeah, I understand, cutting costs and everything, but not at the expense of your quality of your meat. Now that was way too razor thin. I was not very happy with it, and I tried to make myself be. Alright, folks, that's all I have for this one. Till the next one, you folks have a good one.